Let's start the hour with the Women's Super League, the WSL. Manchester City are top of the pile. They host Tottenham live on Sky Sports tomorrow night. And I'm delighted to say the City head coach, Gareth Taylor, joins us live now. Hello, Gareth. How's things? Excited to be playing on a Friday night at the Etihad. What a great occasion that is for you and your players.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, really looking forward to it. I think it's a little bit different from what we've done previously. Like you say, playing on a Friday night. The games previously that we've had in the Etihad Stadium have been afternoon kickoff. So, yeah, under the lights is going to be special.
What does it add to you and your players to be playing in that main stadium, as we call it, rather than referring it to the men's side? Manchester City are one club. You've got the women's team, you've got the men's team. But often City play in the Joy Stadium next door. Now you've got the opportunity, as you say, on a Friday night to play in front of thousands more.
Yeah, I think that's it. In a nutshell, I think we love playing in the Joy Stadium. It's purpose-built for us as a women's team. And I think that, you know, we've created a really good environment there. And of course, like you say, this just gives an opportunity to maybe hit a bit more of a bigger audience, if you like, in the Etihad Stadium. And obviously playing 3 games there this season as well is going to help us in that sense, rather than just be like a one-a-season showpiece.
And live on Sky Sports cameras as well. And those that are in attendance will get to see a team that must be buzzing at the moment. 8 straight wins across all competitions. What's the mood like at City?
Yeah, good. We're going very boringly from game to game. And the games are coming around thick and fast. Of course, being in Champions League is amazing, and playing every 3 or 4 days, preparing, recovering has been great. And that's it. We're just taking it game by game. Making sure that we're giving the best version of ourselves. And I think our performances this season have been very good. And that's allowed us to be in a healthy position in both those competitions.
Yeah, you mentioned the Champions League. Last month you had that incredible victory over the holders, Barcelona. What does that do for belief in the camp that Manchester City can go on and win silverware at the highest level?
Of course, it brings big belief. You know, you're talking about a team in Barcelona that have been 5 out of the last 6 Champions League finals. You know, multiple winners, very good team, don't lose very often, don't fail to score very often. So we were very good that night. We were very impressive, and you know, it was a fabulous atmosphere at the Joy Stadium, full house, and created a really good environment for us to be able to go and execute our game plan.
And you've got some big name players as well. Bunny Shaw, we know, topped the scoring charts last season. She's picked up where she left off as well. Tell us all about her form.
Yeah, Bunny's always seemed to be in good form ever since she came to the club. I think that, you know, she's fortunate and she'll appreciate playing in this team because we create a lot. But of course, she's a very big focal point for us. And even when she's not scoring, Bunny, she's making it really difficult for the opposition and obviously helping us on our link-up play. And yeah, I think, like I say, she's reaping the rewards of playing in a team that creates a lot for her.
And Lauren Hemp won October's Player of the Month. I watched the recent game against Aston Villa where she got a goal and she got an assist. How crucial is Lauren for the way that Manchester City play? Yeah, she's highly crucial. I mean, a great personality, fabulous player, very coachable. I think certainly in my time here of working with Lauren, when I inherited her, she was a very good player already. But I think the way she's taken her game to new levels has been really impressive. And yeah, she deserves all of the credit. I mean, the goal against Villa is a fabulous goal. She's been really consistent in finishing off final actions for us, whether that be goals, whether that be assists. And yeah, she was really crucial for us last season and retaining her and getting her to re-sign with the club. And it just gives us an opportunity then to build on the successes we've had already. You're pretty blessed at City to have 2 elite world-level goalkeepers. Chiara Keating was your #1 last year. In the summer, you brought in Akaya Yamashita. Yamashita's had the jersey, but Chiara played last week. Is that a good headache to have as a head coach?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, like I said previously, we're in multiple competitions now, and we can't expect one goalkeeper or 11 players to be able to play every single minute of every game. So I think what you want when you're in probably the best environment as a player is to be really challenged. And I think sometimes if you've not got that challenge, you can become a little bit complacent. But now Chiara's doing really well. Yama's done great since she's come to the club. I think that it's really healthy to have that competition, and that's going to help us as a team so much.
So big game Friday night against Tottenham under new management. What do you make of them this season?
Yeah, I think they're a good team. I like what Robert's done. I think that they, against United earlier in the season, they were probably the best team in the first half. Ended up losing the game 3-0, but I think United's goalkeeper was the best player by far because they really dominated that early period, and they come back with a late win against West Ham more recently at Leyton Orient. And of course, we need to be aware of the threats, but I think it's about us imposing ourselves on the game early on, and of course, looking to maintain our good form in the league.
Women's football is on an absolute high. We've seen that from watching the England's national team over the past couple of years, winning the Euros, getting to a World Cup final as well. The new TV deal has just been signed off for the WSL as well. There is one negative, though, Gareth, with Arsenal women moving one of their fixtures to accommodate the men's team next month. What does that do? Is it an undermining factor for the women's game?
I think it's really hard for me to comment. I mean, we're blessed that we have our own purpose-built stadium for ourselves in the Joy Stadium. And of course, sometimes with the demand for these major stadiums, for multiple teams playing there, it's always going to bring up its situations like that. So yeah, I think we're just really fortunate that we don't have that issue. That's all I will say.
Yeah, I appreciate that was putting you on the spot. It's not your club, so I can appreciate you're not going to want to be drawn on that. Let's finish on a positive, though, because the draw for the Women's Nations League took place earlier and it threw together a huge game, a rerun of the World Cup final, England meeting Spain. How exciting is that to have that kind of focus on the women's game?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you want to see two top teams competing with one another. They've done it previously. I think obviously in the Euros and obviously then again obviously in the World Cup final. So yeah, I think it's a showpiece game and one that everybody will certainly be looking at.